Okay. Okay, gentlemen, the first item on the agenda is an information item. It is specific to the tunnel program management contract. You will recall, we have talked about this for many years. We have already brought of course, the program director on board, the regionalization program manager on board, the plant expansion program manager on board, the green program manager on board. We did the offshoot with preliminary planning, and that has now led to the need and the time to begin the process of advertising for somebody to manage the tunnel aspect of the program. I will have Director of Engineering and Construction, Kim Kennedy, speak to it briefly.
Thank you, Arletta. So this RFQ is for the tunnel program manager, and what we're doing is we're building upon the work that will wrap up in October from the preliminary planner. The tunnel program manager will then take those, the management of the basically outside of the fence pieces through design and construction. So there's technical aspects, there's modeling, there's land and easement, and then there's obviously coordination with stakeholders. So we want to get the RFQ out in early July. It's obviously a big pursuit, so we would anticipate coming back to the Professional Services Committee in September for a shortlist recommendation.
Once again, gentlemen, this is simply an information item just to keep the committee abreast of where the program is moving to. Do you have any questions?
Just a quick question. Kim, did you say that the short list is coming back to us in December? Is that what I heard?
No, September.
September. Okay, sorry. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, moving on to action items. The first action item is a motion to recommend modification of service authorization 322 for HDR.
Okay, Sylvia joining in.
Hello, Sylvia.
Hey.
So glad to have your presence.
Yeah, somebody called me just as I was getting ready to dial in. I got a call from Harrisburg. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. We have just started the action items. If you would like to pick up at action item A, you can read the motion to recommend modification of service authorization 322.
You go ahead because I have to pull up the
Okay.
I have to pull up the agenda.
All right.
Go ahead.
Everything I said before, 322 for HDR Engineering under the agreement for engineering consultant services.
So moved.
2.
Go ahead because now I have to answer the door. So go ahead.
To perform services
All in
during
favor?
construction and for additional scope items completed during the design phase for the North End Plant Expansion Project in the amount of $2,853,158. If I could have a moment, gentlemen, this is a continuation of work for HDR. They were previously awarded the design services for the North End. You will recall you awarded all the construction contracts for the North End last month at the meeting for something over 100 million.
Well, it's normally somebody was drinking that bottle.
This authorization will continue HDR's representation into construction, into and through construction to the startup phase. As the committee is aware, we like to have the design consultant participate during construction, just to make sure they're available for any ancillary issues. Now you can make your motion, Corey. Come off mute.
So moved.
Second?
Oh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I don't know if I'm on mute or not.
I can hear you, Zach. I can hear you.
I got the new phone, and I'll make sure.
Okay, I think the motion carries.
Yes,
I think the motion carried, yeah.
the motion did carry. Moving on to action item B. Would you like to pick up now, Sylvia, or should I
Okay,
continue?
we have the motion to recommend modification of service authorization 299 for AECOM. Be granted option year 1 to continue as ALCOSAN's program manager for regionalization at no additional fee.
Yes, so item C, which is the motion for AECOM, simply authorizes us extending them into the first option year that's available in their contract. You awarded them the, as previously referenced, regionalization program manager contract in May of 2017 for a 3-year period at a fixed amount. They are at the conclusion of that 3-year period, they have funding left within that original amount. So this is a no fee extension. It just takes them into the first year and they will be able to continue to provide service in support of the Clean Water Plan.
Well, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Good. Okay, Corey.
Am I chairing or Sylvia's chairing?
Well, you know, I need a motion. I need somebody to move.
So moved, sorry. All,
Zach?
he seconded, yeah.
Okay, then all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, now moving on to motion to item D.
Actually, Sylvia, we are going
You have
to,
something to add?
yes, we're going to backtrack to item B,
Okay.
okay?
All right, item B, this is for authorizing for HATS under this agreement for engineering consultant services for an additional 6 months with no cost extension. Okay, that's interesting. And looky, one of my favorite subjects, biosolids.
That,
Okay, go ahead, Orlando, or whoever is going to explain this one.
that it is. It is certainly one of your favorite subjects, Sylvia,
Yep.
biosolids. The retained consultant, Hatch, had been authorized to perform this biosolids analysis trend, which we anticipated would take place over a 6-month period. And we need to know what's going on in the world with respect to utilization of biosolids, processing of biosolids, because it's been some time since we did that worldwide look, let's say. We want to make sure we are in keeping with what everybody else is doing. This is, again, just an extension of time because of COVID-19. Things were put on hold. This is simply going to extend to the end of the year for the exact same provision of service.
Okay.
So moved.
Okay, we probably moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carries. Okay, now we're moving to D. Did we skip
Yes,
anything
ma'am.
else?
On to D, yes.
Okay, on to D. All right, this is with the agreement with eBuilder, CD and Smith, to assign its rights and obligations under the master license and services for the eBuilder enterprise system to ALCOSAN. Go ahead, Orla, explain.
This is an opportunity to bring the e-builder system completely under ALCOSAN ownership, and it's what was anticipated when CDM Smith, as the program director, signed the original master agreement and license. I think that's it, master license and service agreement. As the program director, it was appropriate for them to do it at the time. We have worked hand in hand with them. It's been a very collaborative process in using eBuilder. And it's time, again, for us to take ownership. This does just what it says. It just reassigns the license agreement to us.
Any questions or concerns?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that motion has carried. Item E, the motion to approve the following shortlist, which is always in alphabetical order for contract 1719 from on-call CM services for miscellaneous sewer improvements. And I see we have Arcadis, Cosmos, and Larson Design Group. All right, Order 11.
Yes, ma'am, we do. These next three items are all short list for regional conveyance system type projects. And I will turn those over to our Director of Regional Conveyance, Jan Oliver, for explanation.
Thank you, Arletta. So this will be the last phase of the first one, which is Sawmill Run. Oh, I'm sorry, it's miscellaneous sewer items. And these three contracts are annual improvements that we make to the interceptor system. And we have selected from the on-calls that we shortlisted in February of 2020. And from there, we shortlisted to these three various construction management services that are needed. So the first one is miscellaneous sewer improvements, and we have a structure that needs the interceptor encased. It crosses the Chartiers Creek, and in that area, it lost some of the encasement. So we're working to fix that. And there is a wing wall from a storm pipe that's causing the erosion, and we'll fix that. There are three structures, A55, A63, and T33, that will all be abandoned. So these are all positive things. They're rerouting of flows based on a PennDOT project, or just the separation of enough flows that we're able to close the CSO. So those are all real positive, and we're going to abandon those structures as part of that. It'll probably be just pouring flowable fill into the structures. And then there is one A7802, which is located in the Pittsburgh Water Treatment Plant, and we're going to add a manhole where there's some crazy configuration. So the three firms that we shortlisted for that effort is Arcadis, Larson Design Group, and Cosmos. They all have the ability to do these sewer improvement work contracts.
Thank you, Jan.
Okay.
Motion?
All right, do you have a motion for that, please?
Second.
All in favor?
We're doing all three or just one at a time?
Just
We're doing
one.
one at a time. We have two more, and then that's it. All right, next one, please.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Wilson. The next one is the final lining of Sawmill Run Interceptor. It's from Ballsman to the very west end. It's about 3 miles of sewer, 30-inch to 40-inch in diameter, estimated 1.5 years to complete. The actual lining work is estimated at $11 million. They will have to work with PennDOT a bit, and we have shortlisted MS Consultants, Gannett Fleming, and Mott McDonald to be evaluated for construction management services on this project.
Thank you, Jan. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, ayes have it, it's been approved. All right, and our last item, please. For contract 1726.
Yes, this, you'll probably remember this phrase, Ms. Wilson, the Monongahela Subaqueous Interceptor that we
I
have.
remember having a hard time saying the word, yeah.
So this is we had to repair and line the other portions as an emergency contract. So we're going to be proactive here and line the sewer from M44, where the last work completed, down to Streets Run. So it's about 1.5 miles of sewer, a 30-inch diameter sewer. They will be constructing 4 to 5 access ports, which is a lot of the difficult work because it is in the river. Got about 1.5 years of construction estimated for this work. And we have shortlisted JMT, HR Gray, and Collective Efforts to perform the construction management of the work. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
So moved. Second.
All right, then properly moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay, motion carried. So it's approved. All right, do we have any new business?
Madam Chair, we do not.
Okay, well, it don't feel weird to look at over the phone. I mean, obviously for this meeting, it's kind of quick and that's okay, but, do you have any plans on us coming back anytime soon?
Nope.
Because we're starting, then I think at the school board, we're going to start having regular meetings again in August.
Okay. My intention was to give it a shot in July, just to see how it went.
Okay. Corey, you still there?
I'm still here, yes.
Have you guys